morning, everyone. I hope you are well. Happy Sunday. Lord, um, I hope you're hearing me. Well, I hope the Lord Adonai is hearing me always, but I hope you all are hearing me. Um, it's been challenging. Um, I hope the signal is strong enough. And I think I've mastered the technology to be able to broadcast from my iPhone, believe it or not, using a real microphone and a mixing board to make myself sound good. um, so it's being recorded, so hopefully nothing more will be lost. I'm very particularly sad about last Sunday's teaching. A lot is up, and it's quite good if I do say so myself. Um, which makes me sad that the last 30 minutes was dropped, because I'm like, wow, this is really amazing, the way it came out and everything. And yet a good part of the last portion of what I said and showed was dropped. And then Wednesdays, I spoke for an hour and a half to myself. So now if something happens, it's being recorded, hopefully. So I could at least post that. Um, I found a beautiful spot. I gotta find a new spot with a better signal. I hope this holds. I don't know what to, I felt to say something, and I'm a little hesitant because I don't share a lot about myself. But I felt because it might help some of you who are struggling. Life is not easy for many people nowadays. This isn't the booming 80s where I grew up, or even the 2000s, which really weren't all that. A lot of hardship. And today is not an easy time either. And I'm not immune to it. But what I try to do, and really all we can do, is show up for it the best we can. To show up for a new day, for a new moment, and try to find those little moments in the day where you find yourself in a park maybe, and it's quiet, and that might be it for the day. Where you're like, oh, this is nice. And then you try to find those moments throughout the day the way you can. And hope for better days. So I wanted to say that. So when we pray, let's remember to pray for each other, for those who need a boost, who need a little extra strength. Pray for the technology that it holds up. When I moved the computer, someone set the computer on the floor, and sadly it was next to a big 5-gallon water bottle, which happened to leak. And the computer that I was holding on for many years with broken speakers, motherboard on its last life, battery, as you saw last Sunday, having problems, yet somehow was able to do HP Shalom for the last 2.5 years, is probably gone. I'm not sure how to get another computer. But thankfully, the iPhone looks like allows me to broadcast. But I've lost information probably. But that's okay. So bear with me. So I say that to say, please bear with me as I go through these challenges, and understand that if I cut out, you can't find the link. I try to post updates on the posting section, but if it cuts out in the middle of a teaching and I'm lying down, I'm not looking at the screen, so I can't catch it. Right now I'm looking at the screen and it says live, it's ticking away, time lapsed. But if I'm lying down, I'm not going to catch it. And if you don't see another link within 4 or 5 minutes after a teaching cutting out in the middle, and you go to the live section and you don't see a new link posted live, then, hopefully I'll be able to post it. So please bear with me as I kind of figure all this out, okay? So, we are going to do body work. I was going to teach or try to teach about the different aspects, energetic aspects of elements on the planet, forest, sea, and everything. Granite areas, high deserts. Fascinating topic, beautiful, wonderful topic, which really, honestly, didn't get time to prepare for with the computer issues and everything else going on. And I didn't want to really do it fast. And also, I don't have something to read notes off of anymore. And so I'm going to find a way to print out on an actual piece of paper so I could do a proper presentation of something that's about our planet. And I want to do it right. So I'm going to try to do that for Wednesday, but no promises. Today, we are going to do the upper body practice. And hopefully it will come through live. And if not, and I could see it's live, but if it cuts off, hopefully the recording will save us. And I will try to figure out how to edit using iMovie on an iPhone and not a laptop. And we will get it up. And for the 3 p.m. rebroadcast, hello out there. And I will try to get it up. So, why don't we lie down and tune in with each other, tune in with ourselves. Actually, it's a personal thing, so I'm sorry. We tune in with ourselves. This is a moment to breathe. The world and everything falls away. The hustle and bustle. In a way, being with you all is one of the highlights of my week. Why? It's the one few times that I could actually stop from trying to make everything work, making ends meet. A time where I could appreciate the stillness and the beauty and the healing qualities that are always present. And I can tap into that throughout the day as well. But when one feels weak physically, or one is stressed out, or somebody's aggressive towards you, or somebody does crazy thing on the road or in the supermarket, and you're like, oh my God, and you feel there might be an accident or an issue, it shakes you. And you're thrown off. Taking the moment to lie down, a moment to practice, a moment to tune in and settle the mind, the soul, the heart, the spirit, hits a reset button. Our minds, our souls, our bodies don't need a lot. With time, it takes time to kind of get there, to find its stability again. Yes? So it just requires to sort of touch in, lie back, rest, do the prayer, do God's name, and do the body work. Do the body meditation. So we're going to do the upper body again. We're going to tune in, let go, release. We live in the present moment. There is no past, there is no future. And this is not metaphysical, cutesy shit. Pardon my French. If you think about it, the past and the future only exist in the mind. What we have is the present moment. Present, 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 present. So what happened before or what might happen in 2 minutes or even 2 seconds, it doesn't exist. Something to contemplate. So when we settle in and we pray and we settle in and we relax, we take a moment to return to that balancing point where we are still in what's occurring. And we allow any movement, any holding, any tension to release. Because the holding and the tension comes from something. And that's something where it comes from, because it comes from something, right? So it came from something in the past. And we're holding it. So by releasing, letting go, and relaxing, we are returning our body to the present moment. Our power rests in the present moment. Our power doesn't rest in the past. Nothing we can do about it. Our power may come to become more powerful in the future, but currently we have no power to do the future because it's in the future. What we have power is in the present to create the future. So when we do the body meditation, we're hitting a reset button and a release. So the energies, the holding, the trauma, the pain, the aggression, the damage, is able to go. The stuff that holds us back, the stuff that depresses us, the stuff that hurts us, the stuff that makes our bones squish together so we can't bend over and even bend our hands past our kneecaps. By releasing that, it allows our body to flow, which lines us up in our brains and our thoughts and our energy currents to better be able to be in the present. And as opposed to being sort of a rickety little rowboat in the middle of an ocean of our body's currents, where we're tossed and thrown and maybe a little leaky and whatever is going on with our boat, and seasick because we're going up and down, and all the energies of our body that's basically having its way with us, with our thoughts, our emotions, disease, pain. We are releasing it, hitting the magic reset calming button. So all that energy of being tossing, all those waves become still. Yes, right? So the boat is able to rest still in the water. And then you're able to row, and then you're not sick, and then you're empowered. By releasing also, we strengthen our boat. Because it's never had a break to grow and become stronger, because it's becoming tossed. So, by relaxing, we're developing skills and allowing ourselves to build and grow bigger. So our boat becomes a massive cargo ship or aircraft carrier, or a massive boat that even if it were in a storm, the storm doesn't affect it because it's grown with such solidity from having done its work and grown. But because it's also grown and it has control over the ocean, this is where the analogy kind of falls apart, because we learn to control the energetic waves in our body. So we learn to control our ocean. Yes? And we've grown stronger. And that's how we're able to stay present and powerful in our lives in the present moment. Does that make sense? In a way, it's good that I'm going through so much that's way beyond on so many levels that I never thought imaginable. Because I'm able to put this into a recording. So it's there. And show a path on how to surmount and work with challenges as I'm going through them. Because it's real, it's gritty, it's relatable. But one can go through it easier and clear it faster with the practices. And at some point, you maintain stability, regardless of what's arising. And that's happened to me in the past. And so I know it's possible. But it's good that I share the grit, because that's really where the diamonds are of how to work with this. It's not always easy. It's not always easy for me. It's not always easy for people who are well practiced. And then when it does become stable for them, their teachings change. They're not in the same place. So I need to grab a pinch of water, and I'm staring at my car. My mouth is dry. So I'm going to put this down and turn up the gain. So maybe you hear these beautiful birds around me. And please give me 2 minutes while I walk to my car and grab a little water, and then I'll be right back. In the meantime, just lie back, relax. We'll do the practice. We're going to focus on the upper body, and I'll walk you through what I'm feeling to give you an insight as to what's to look out for, how to work with it, what's possible. And then your practice is your own. I merely point out the geography, point out how it works, point out how to release. But it's up to each of us to make the dedication and the time to grow in one's abilities and to shift things. So give me one moment, please. All right. I am back. Signal looks good and strong. Very happy. It's the small things. So, you're at home, you're outside. Just be comfortable. Shouldn't be too soft on your back. If you can and your feet aren't cold, you should take off your shoes and socks. Your body is an energy field, right? The heart pumps energy, EKG, right? Electrical waves of the brain, right? We all know it scientifically. So by putting our soles of the feet on even a carpet, doesn't matter. It allows, ideally on wood or the grass or dirt, stones, it allows the energy to leave through the soles of the feet. So it's like a body, you're a battery. You're asking power to leave our battery, our body, because we hold energy like a battery. It's like if a battery is plugged into a device, right? The device takes energy out. But if the battery is just sitting on the shelf and nothing's touching either end, it could hold it for years and years. So we want to discharge the energy that's in our body, to release, in simpler English, to release the energy that's in our body. Right? Energy leads to the hands, soles of the feet. It's huge, and it grounds us. Right? It's literally the earth is beneath, and our feet touch it. That's grounding. Anywhere our body touches the ground, it creates a communication and an ability, a place where our energy can go into. Right? Back of our head, our elbows, our back, our butts, our feet when we do the practice, right? When we have that grounding beneath us, it also makes it easier for energy to release on the parts that are above our chest, the top of our heads, above our body. Because of that grounding, it sort of provides a stability where energy could release easier. We are simply allowing it to drain out. So the clarity that's in us, so the fog that keeps us from being able to feel, see, resonate with, be in touch with, our inner cathedral begins to lift. We are lifting the fog, the static, the storms, the damage that keeps us from being able to see, touch, live in, feel the inner cathedral within. The ability to feel the Shekinah that lives within us. Lifting what the calm in our brain that is our birthright, that allows us to think clearly, speak clearly, with wisdom, have a deeper understanding of our lives, to be able to work, act, and be with clarity, in peace, even when obstacles are in our lives. Even when there's a storm in our lives. We are healing and making ourselves whole from what we went through in our past, so we could be more present and powerful in our present today, so we can create a better future tomorrow. So let's lie back. I don't know if you could see the image or whether the screen is black. I don't know. I'm not touching this thing because I think I am broadcasting properly, Lord willing. So maybe the screen's black, but you know the posture. The important thing is I'm transmitting. If you're not sure the right posture, just look at the image on the previous live sessions and you'll see the image of feet on the ground, knees up, back on the ground, comfortable position of the head, and arms crossed over the navel, the belly button. All right. Oof. Tune in. And let's see here. Oh good, it's still on. I have to have
a booster for the microphone, or else you won't be able to hear me. Let me turn up the gain. I gotta always make sure this thing stays on. It's a little more complicated than an iPhone. I have to have a booster for this microphone. So, okay, I think we have it here. So adjust my voice if it's too loud or too soft. Okay, I think we have it. Alrighty. So, close your eyes, tune into the environment. We're not isolating ourselves from where we are, because that's a pushing away. It's a pressure. It's a block. What we're doing here is opening, 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 opening. And that means we're opening to everything around us, what we feel, the feel of our body, the feel of our clothes. It's not that we think, what does it feel like? We're not doing that. But we're opening all our senses so we relax. That for me includes the birds, the crows, and everything else. So the flies, the cool grass, the moist dirt, the fresh air. So when I was practicing on the East Coast, where I learned many of these techniques, or where I practiced these techniques, it was a parquet floor, the humming of the AC, maybe the next door neighbor yelling at his wife or something. It's the bustle of the subway cars going by, which I've had for a few years. So and then also the serenity of other apartments I've had, the stillness, the quiet. So we're open to whatever our environment is. And we breathe, we let go, we relax. So let's continue. Deep breath, release, let go, relax, let it all out. The beginning, because I feel a lot of heat, I let out with the open mouth. As the practice moves on, it becomes more and more refined energy, and it goes to my nose. But just release and let it go however it is. And we feel our entire body, and we feel if there's any tension, and we invite that tension to leave and let go. So we put our attention to our hands. We feel our fingertips, our bones in our fingers, thumbs, our palms, whatever we can feel. Bones in my fingers feel achy.
Whoa, look at Alan got. I'm really sore.
So we feel that achiness. And as I put my awareness there, I literally feel the achiness sort of radiate out from the hand, interestingly enough. And I just feel it as it's pulsating through my hand. And by having our awareness and actually feeling what's going on, it actually allows it to kind of do that. And we invite it to go. Just think, relax, relax. And we let go of our holding. So in a way, we're holding that energy there. I don't know what I've mentioned before that went through and what got cut off in the past. So there's that breath that I call sort of a holding breath, sort of a light exhale. You get to the end of the exhale, but you're not pushing it's just an end of a natural exhale. And you kind of leave the breath sort of suspended there. And as you hold it there, without breathing or exhaling, it creates a space, and tension sort of builds. And from that space, when you invite a release of an energy in that open space that's created, it's easier for energy to sort of leave. I don't know kind of how more to describe it, but it's something you kind of work with and you kind of discover. And as I release the energy from my hands, I feel energy in my legs and in my foot that I didn't feel before. Tightness, pain in the foot especially. And I invite that to release and let go. As one of our part of our body releases and we release, we find that energy moves in other parts of our body and is for release. It's because the knee is not the knee, and the hand and the fingers are not just the fingers. It's attached to a whole ecosystem, to a whole body. So where there's pain and holding in one spot, it can keep energy from flowing properly in the foot, believe it or not. So when we release the energy in the hands as we're working on, and the flow is better there, then energy starts moving to the foot and we start feeling more energy, or blockages are moved. And so energy is being able to flow better. And then suddenly further downstream or another substream, right, where in our body we feel something that was blocked that we could even feel before. And then we see there's something to be released there. And so we go to that little spot or big spot, and release there. So in a way, we're focused on the hands, but we're not ignoring if there's a little something somewhere that comes up, and we release in that location. We could breathe there, put our awareness there. Remember the practice of pretending we could inhale from that spot. You could use the mouth or the nose. So it's as if we're inhaling through that spot, like I'm focusing on my foot. It's as if when I inhale through my mouth, because I'm using my mouth right now, I'm visualizing that the air, the energy actually, visualizing energy, and you do feel it. This is real. This is really old, old, thousands of years old technique, as if it's coming in through my foot. And what it does is it invites energy movement in the foot. And that allows the energy to break up and move. And so when you exhale, you're exhaling the energy that you brought up from your foot, because you're doing that visualization. And as you exhale, that energy is coming out of your mouth. Yes, it's real. Trust me, you'll have that experience. Just do it as if it's real, and at some point you will realize that's actually what's going on. It's just a level of sensitivity. At the beginning, you can't quite feel it. But as you release and let go and do the practices, you actually become more sensitive in your body, so you can feel things that you couldn't otherwise feel. And so by doing that breathing technique a couple times, I'm feeling the energy flow in my body, and now it's just sort of releasing into the dirt on its own. And I could feel energy releasing down into the ground. And because now it's able to flow where there's an injury, I feel energy going down through my leg into the ground. That's the entire right side of my body. So that means even though I'm not able to feel it, energy throughout my body is now flowing better. Does that make sense? And because the ground is a little cool, because it's 7 in the morning or 7:30 now, the slight coolness creates a sort of freshness against the foot. And that itself draws energy to it and out. Okay? All right, so the hands feels a little achy. I'm stretching them out a little bit, cracking the fingers. I'm told it's not good to do that, but it actually gives me relief. Hands feel better. The cracking rearranges the knuckles a bit, which with the tension get a little bit out of place. I tend to have long fingers, so they tend to be more achy. It's better. Then I think of the thumb, the meat of the thumb at the base of the thumb, the area between the thumb and the first finger, the palms, pinky, whatever you could feel. We could spend 15 minutes working on the various parts of the hand, and maybe one day we will, but right now I'm just trying to show how to work on the different parts of the upper body. So feel what you need in the hand, and breathe, release, relax. Pinky feeling achy and hurting, so I focus, release, and relax. Okay, so you work on your hands for a couple minutes. Now the wrist. A lot of joints and things in the wrist, moving bones. Area in between the bones in the wrist. Feel what you can feel. Invite out with the breath, just your intention to release. wrist to the elbow, the bones there, muscles, tendons. Let it drain down. It can radiate through the bone area, or it could also go down to the elbow, which is against the earth, and it literally drains down and out through the elbow. But you're not pushing it anywhere. You're just inviting a release, and you might be able to see where it goes. But you're observing. Sometimes when I really focus in an area, I've realized I've suspended the breath, like I told you. I'm not inhaling or exhaling. And interestingly enough, that helps. You'll find the right spot with practice. And as it was releasing through the elbow, I was able to feel the muscle and the flesh in my hands. It no longer was about the bones, because that had relaxed, and I was able to feel the meat of my hands and how it was kind of throbbing and achy. So a new level opened up as I was working with sort of the forearms. Because with the forearm energy able to drain, a new level opened up to be relaxed and released. So it kind of shows how everything's connected. And so the arm, the hands, have got a deeper level of a reset by focusing on the forearms. So now the elbows. I know I might be going a little fast. Follow as best as you can the various steps. This is meant to kind of show and instruct, and then you go back at your own pace. So otherwise, to have the proper pauses while showing and teaching, it could be an hour and a half trying to make it more concise. So elbows can feel, now my elbows feel sharp. I didn't feel it before, but with all that energy moving and a lot of it's leaving through the elbows, I kind of feel that my elbows feel kind of sharp and achy, which is probably what they always felt like. But now I'm able to feel it, and because I could feel it, I could invite it to relax and release. And as I put my awareness there, I discovered that my whole body was tense from the sharpness in the elbow, that sort of pain. And because my whole body was tense, it was actually holding the energy in the elbow. That's how these things work. And by noticing my body was tense and having my muscles relax, just relax, relax, the energy actually left through the elbow and the pain left. So this is an example on how we literally hold energy and pain in our bodies. It's like we create a magic force field through our holding that keeps it all trapped. By doing this, we're doing the opposite. We're letting go of the holding, of the force field that holds everything in, and we're allowing it to leave, to ventilate, to radiate, to move on. Because our body is not intended to be a battery. It's intended to be a wire where energy comes and where energy goes. Does that make sense? Because we're not holding on to life. We're holding on to disruption, to static, to energy that's just not healthy or good. Don't worry, the good memories will remain. The health, you will feel healthier and happier. Life that might feel dull will become more vivid and alive because we're letting go of everything that doesn't serve us, everything that holds us back, things that cause us pain, illness, disease, not only physical dis-ease, but look at the word dis with the word ease. I can't look it up to give a proper grammatical dictionary thing, which I wish I could right now. Ease. How do I translate? How do I describe ease? I am at ease right now because I'm lying back. I'm at calm. I'm relaxed. That's ease. E-A-S-E. Dis. It's an English grammatical lesson, I guess. Dis means, in a way, not. So what we're saying, not ease. Literally. N-O-T with ease. So in a proper grammatical phrase would be, I am not feeling, I am not at ease. So dis-ease means not at ease. So by releasing it, we are releasing everything that's not at ease in our body. And we're also releasing disease and illness out of our body because the energy moves. I used to have chronic migraines, horrible, horrible migraines. After practicing this, I don't have migraines anymore, very rarely. It was the capture of energy that couldn't leave my brain, and it created an electrical storm. By relaxing, the electrical storm released and left. Does that make sense? So the elbows, we invite any energy and holding to release. So let's all take a deep inhale and exhale through our mouth a couple times, or through our nose, however we feel it. And don't let my voice be too loud so you can practice on top of my voice that I'm there, you're hearing, but it doesn't disrupt your process. You see? Breathe in. Is it fresh? What does it feel like? Exhale. So all that discussion and turning on my mind and getting a little agitated, I feel the tension that it put in my body. And so I'm inviting the relaxation. Sort of scanning over my body and seeing what parts need a little attention. Hands feel a little achy again, so I'm going there. I'm feeling that my feet are actually releasing on their own, which is fabulous. So do a little bit of your work here. Release, relax, let go. So the upper arms between the elbow and the shoulder, biceps, triceps, those bones and ligaments, let's work on that. Biceps feel a little achy, a little torn from a move. So we're going to Let our awareness relax and let go. Remember to breathe.
Yeah, no, it's not like a spider.
As the relaxation grows deeper, my mind's entering a floating open space of stillness, like floating in space in a way. Because the tension that was keeping our minds wired and agitated, no word for agitated, has left in our bodies to a certain level that the mind feels like it's floating and calm. That's closer to what the natural state of our mind should be.